Yo, it's your boy Orion, representing, repping the Northwest Sports Fanatics. What it do, YouTube? I'm here. Nfc Afc championship game review, recap, a Super Bowl 55 preview. We can talk about Royal Rumble 2021, anything and everything in between. NFC AFC championship game review, recap, Super Bowl 55, Royal Rumble 2021, and everything in between with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. So, crazy game. Right now they got 2020, week 14. They got the Dolphins and the Chiefs playing right now. So I'm going to get a little bit caught up with some extra NFL action, but I figured I'd hop online just to be able to kind of go over the NFC AFC championship game, what I think about each game and how it turned out, as well as we're getting very, very close. You know, we're about 9-10 days away, from the big game. Super Bowl 55, Super Bowl LV. So I hope everyone is having a good day. I'll wait for a few minutes for people to hop into the room where we can discuss anything and everything from the NFC AFC championship game, how they ended up, the outcomes, any type of feelings. If you're in your feels about some of the games, we can actually go over Super Bowl 55. A little preview, a little predictions. We got a long ways to go before we get to the big game. And then we got Royal Rumble 2021 on Sunday. So I feel at that point with Royal Rumble at 2021 on Sunday, it could be a good opportunity for me to be able to hop online, and I might do a watch party. I know we got the Senior Bowl coming up as well. But last time I did the Royal Rumble watch party, about 4,000 people tuned in. So I'm thinking I might reorder the WWE Network and just do a watch party. I mean, Royal Rumble, the card isn't really stacked, but normally the Royal Rumble is pretty exciting. So I might just do it for that point alone. Of course I watch AEW Cash Out. That's my favorite, man. I'm always watching AEW Dynamite. I'm always tuned in. I'm always locked and loaded, getting ready to watch that. And like I said, it's good every Wednesday. Until we start bringing the fans back, we got to get to a point where wrestling really isn't the same, right, without the fans. We can all agree to that. AEW could be better. WWE, Raw, SmackDown, NXT could be better. But like I said, I figured at this point, I just hop online, probably do about 30 minutes to an hour, and just, go over the AFC, NFC championship games. The Super Bowl preview. And like I said, if you want to talk a little wrestling, you want to talk about AEW, you want to talk about WWE, you want to talk about Royal Rumble, we can go over that as well. Cash Out in the building. Troll Patrol in the building. What up, Orion and the NWSF? Brady is better than Wilson. Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit, all right? NWSF Chain Gang in the building. I mean, I feel really good. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It was one of the biggest pickups, in free agency. Without Brady, obviously there's no playoffs and there's no deep playoff run. Obviously the Kansas City Chiefs, as we know, right? They are the best team in football. But check it out. Sometimes the best teams don't necessarily win. Sometimes it's the hottest teams that end up winning the Super Bowl, right? And I think that Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the hottest team. So, normally I'm all about Patrick Mahomes. I'm all about Tyrann Mathieu, Chris Jones, Frank Clark, and all the pieces like Tyreek and Travis Kelce. But I honestly feel, Tampa Bay has a legitimate shot to be able to steal one from this future dynasty that we call the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to go to, many, many AFC championship games, many, many Super Bowls before it's over for Patrick Mahomes. For Tom Brady and my Buccaneers, I got probably this year and I got next year, all right? But I feel confident that Tampa Bay and my Buccaneers can win the game. I really feel that way, and I'm not just saying that. And I can go over a few points, but, with Mitchell Schwartz, being injured, that's going to be a big loss for them. And then obviously, as we know, with the big injury that happened, over the loss in the AFC Championship game against the Bills with Eric Fisher. So if you got two top tier guys, top dogs, all right, that are going to be out on their line, I definitely feel that the defense is going to be able to find a way. I feel we got the better O-line. I think the defensive line, can match up to theirs. And that might be really the deciding factor. Sean Murphy bunting, getting picks in his first 3 games in the playoffs. The only other player to do that in NFL history, Ed Reed. All right, so we're getting to a point where it's very exciting. I can't wait till we get closer and closer. But we got a little bit of time in between. So I'm thinking if I can do Royal Rumble on Sunday and do a watch party, I can do that. And then maybe we have a week, to kind of pass. And then we can get into the Super Bowl. But I definitely watch AEW. Troll Patrol's in the building. Cash Out says Brady better than Wilson. I mean, this year, he's played fantastic. Let's give Tom Brady some credit. I mean, if we didn't have Tom Brady really on all cylinders this season, we wouldn't be for, anywhere near Washington, anywhere near the Saints, anywhere near the Packers, and somehow we crawled in to the Super Bowl. But it's not by accident, all right? We found a way to get there because we executed. We didn't have a whole lot of, turnovers. Brady, even though he had those 3 picks, in the second half. It is what it is. Troll Patrol says, happy for you, my dude, no cap. I appreciate that. NWSF. Chain Gang in the building all day, every day. It's going to be exciting, man. Jace Olsen Games, what up, Ryan? What to do? I said I bet on y'all winning. Let's go, Brady. Hey, it's going to be a huge game. Adventures with AG, my dude, what to do? This Sunday is going to be a big night because Royal Rumble's on. Yeah, and like I said, I don't subscribe normally. I got a couple buddies that subscribe on and off. Obviously, with no fans, it's kind of questionable. Some of the storylines, some of the things that have been going on is, you know what I mean? Kind of meh, right? But anytime Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania is on, it's definitely worth the watch. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to end up reordering the network, and I'll let everyone know, in the community section, if I end up doing the live stream watch party. And you might as well watch Royal Rumble with your boy. I mean, it's going to be fun. The card isn't really the greatest. I'm not sure if a lot of y'all have gone through the card. There's a couple matches that are a little intriguing for the card. Obviously, the Royal Rumble match itself is going to be the one that everyone wants to watch. But with that, let's go into the Royal Rumble here real quick. So, obviously, you got the Men's Royal Rumble. That's going to be where it's at. After that, you got the Women's Royal Rumble, which would be probably pretty decent as well, since the women's division obviously is top-notch in WWE. AEW doesn't have the women's division on lock just yet until they get some talent to kind of switch over. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens, last man standing. I believe that one will be pretty good. So that one should be a pretty good match. Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg. Now, I don't know what the fuck WWE's thinking with Triple H and Stephanie and the WWE creative. Nobody wants to fucking see fucking Goldberg, Bill Goldberg, main event, or even be in a fucking lower tier match, period. No one wants to see that. So they could have literally picked anybody. Drew McIntyre versus Hornswoggle. Drew McIntyre versus Doink the Clown. Drew McIntyre literally against anyone. Drew McIntyre versus Gilbert. I don't understand why they do this, because no one gives a shit about Goldberg. It's very, very sad that they're putting him in this top tier match, with Drew McIntyre, who's one of the faces of the company, but it is what it is. Obviously, seeing a guy like Keith Lee would be a better fit. Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre would be better, but it is what it is. Asuka and Charlotte Flair versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. That should be pretty interesting. Big E from the New Day versus Sami Zayn. That should be entertaining. And Bobby Lashley versus my guy Matt Riddle. All right, the Ultimate Bro. That one should be pretty good as well. So it's got enough for me to be able to reorder and be able, hopefully, to have enough speed, with the connection, with the live stream, the watch party, and for me to be able to project it from my phone on the app, WWE app, onto my TV, or if I have to watch it on my phone and have it in front of me while I do the live stream, I don't really care. I mean, as long as I get to watch it, it should be good. But join me. Join your boy. Like I said, last year when I did it, I got about 4,000 people that watched with me. So obviously I know there's an audience because a lot of us love football, but we also love wrestling, WWE, okay, AEW, WCW, ECW, WWF, and all what is in between. And that's big facts. Cash out in the building. Troll Patrol says, experience Brady or Mahomes' talent, no brainer for this Super Bowl. We will see. So well, obviously Brady's going to win it all because I don't think Mahomes is 100% from the injury he had. You got to think everyone's going to be favoring the Kansas City Chiefs, which they should be. All right, they're the best team in football. You got the best quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. All right, you got the fastest wide receiver, fastest player in the game arguably, and Tyreek the Freak Hill, the best tight end in Travis Kelce, right? The best coach, right? Or one of the best coaches in Andy Reid and the best OC in Eric Bieniemy. On the flip side, right? I'm not even talking about McCole Hardman or Sammy Watkins if he can come back from injury, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Le'Veon Bell, and all the other Pringle and all the other pieces that they got. But with Eric Fisher out, right? With Eric Fisher out, Mitchell Schwartz out, that could be the key advantage that Tampa takes advantage of with their O-line being banged up. If we can actually get to Mahomes, get some sack lunches, make him feel uncomfortable. But even when he's uncomfortable, he's still the best under pressure besides a guy like Justin Herbert. All right, so we're going to have to be able to take advantage of those weak spots that they have. But even with those weak spots, they could still win. I mean, this is the Kansas City Chiefs. But my defense has been rolling. Carlton Davis, Sean Murphy, Bunting, Jamel Dean, Antoine Winfield Jr. should be back. Mike Evans, Godwin, fly like a butterfly, sting like AB. We got weapons too, all right? I feel we're the hottest team in football right now. Even though we're going to be heavy underdogs, we're at home. The legacy is on the line. We play great at home. Mahomes is going to have plenty of opportunities with the Chiefs to rack up Super Bowls from now until when his career is over. But Brady and my Bucs, we got this year and we got next year. So the best case scenario, we win it this year and we try to run it back and win it next year. And then after that, we don't really know how long Brady is going to be playing. But like I said, as we get closer and closer to that day, Super Bowl Sunday, not this Sunday, Royal Rumble 2021, but the following Sunday, okay? Then we'll be able to see where things are with injuries and how things shake out. But I'm definitely going to be doing the live stream. I'm super excited. There's going to be a lot of people in the room with your boy rooting me on and rooting my Bucs on. Of course, there's going to be Chiefs fans wanting Chiefs Kingdom to be able to take over. But hey, Bucs Nation, we need it, man. We've been so bad for so long. It's our time, baby. It's our time. Dylan W26 in the building. What to do? 6 Inc in the building. So you already know who I want to win. I just want a good, clean game. Said, as I get it, my man, I know. Edge and Bianca Belair is going to win the Rumble. I don't know if Edge will win it. I mean, there's other guys and competitors. I mean, obviously, Bianca Belair, that's a good guess. Obviously, from the women's division, she's on the up and up. So you already know participants. Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Bianca Belair, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Peyton Royce, Shayna Baszler, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Tamina, and 18 to be announced. So obviously the name that really stands out right there is Bianca Belair, right? So I would definitely agree with that one. But then you got Edge, Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Mustafa Ali, Jeff Hardy, Cesaro, Otis, Shinsuke, Sheamus, AJ Styles, Jey Uso, John Morrison, The Miz, Bobby Lashley, Daniel Bryan, Big E, Randy Orton. So, I don't know. It could definitely be like a Big E kind of guy. It just depends on who they want to really push, at this particular time. Edge can't even really wrestle full time. So, I mean, giving it to a guy that can only wrestle part time here and there, I'm not really sure if they're going to give it to someone like that. Maybe we see a surprise like, John Cena, end up being in the Rumble. I mean, I know he's in commercials. He got a new haircut and he's got all the things going on, but, you never know. You never know. Lenny D's, Ryan, it's big time now. What the Bucs going to do? Let me know something. We're going to win. We're going to win the fucking Super Bowl. We're in the fucking dance. We're hot. All right. We don't really got any major injuries. All right. Antoine Winfield Jr. should be back. Fly like a butterfly, sting like AB should be back. They got Mitchell Schwartz banged up. Eric Fisher is going to be out. So 2 of their starting offensive linemen more than likely are going to miss the game. And hey, I'm ready to cash in. I'm ready to start eating. JPP, Ndamukong Suh, Shaq Barrett, Vita Vea, Devin White, Levante David, not to mention all my secondary. So, like I said, I think the defense on my side, player for player, is better. I think my offensive line is better, right? And then we can match up with their skill position players as well. Mahomes is better than Brady. I get it. But Brady is going to take chances. And even though he had those 3 picks in the second half, all right, we're not going down with field goals. That's the main reason with the Bills and the Packers, they lost those games. You got to go for it. If you don't risk it, no biscuit. All right, you got to go for it. So I know we're going to go down swinging. So if we end up throwing a couple picks, and Kansas City takes advantage, I mean, we're not going to be going for these little field goals. We're going to be going for touchdowns, and we're going to try to get points because that's really the way that you have to play this game now, especially when we're in the Super Bowl, going against the best, the Kansas City Chiefs. You feel me? Cash Out says, Goldberg, he's going to win. Well, probably, man. That's why the fucking WWE is some trash most of the time. Is Jeff Hardy in the Royal Rumble? Jeff Hardy is in the Royal Rumble, so that might be an opportunity for him. I'm excited to see what he can do. Brady wants to wear 7 in the Super Bowl. Well, he said that he would have wore 7 if Godwin didn't want to give him the 12. That was the main thing, 7 for the 7th Super Bowl, all right? But this year and next year is going to be very, very exciting. NFC AFC Championship game, recap, review. All right, a little preview of Super Bowl LV, Super Bowl 55, Royal Rumble 2021, and a little bit of everything in between. I hope you guys have had a great week. I pumped out some reaction videos, did the live streams. I hope you guys are doing great. COVID, everything is crazy still, but you got to be positive. Surround yourself around positive energy. Get those negative Nancys out of your life, all right? Avoid the negative people in your life. All right, and then things will get better. And like I said, we got Royal Rumble coming up, here on the weekend, so it should be pretty fun. And I might start doing watch parties for certain things. So I'm going to start rolling it out there where I might pick a certain day, right, where we all log into YouTube for a particular old school wrestling pay-per-view. Right? Maybe an old school NFC, AFC championship game. Maybe an old Super Bowl. And then I'll just end up watching the Super Bowl or calling it, or we'll just end up watching an old pay-per-view, and then we'll all end up just logging in, and this, you'll copy it and paste the link, and then we all end up watching, some old school WrestleMania with like The Rock and Stone Cold. I think that would be something that would be cool to do because there's not a lot of YouTubers that really do that. And it would be kind of cool to be able to have, people of all different ages go back in time a little bit. Since we're at this point where we have a little bit of free time, and then after the Super Bowl is over, that if we can kind of rekindle some of these memories that we had when we were younger, and then we can have a watch party together, and I can kind of go over suggestions, different YouTube links, and then we can pick a day where we end up watching an old school Super Bowl, an old school WrestleMania, an old school Royal Rumble. I think that would be fantastic. We just got to be able to pick what one we want to do, and I think that'll be something that can grow, as the months go on. We can get more and more wrestling fans hopping in, copying, pasting the link. We start the show at 7 p.m., Pacific time, whatever it is, and then you can end up watching the pay-per-view with your boy, and we can kind of reminisce on those old school times of wrestling, basketball, NBA, MLB, NFL, whatever it is. So that'll give us some more material to add to the channel as well. Adventures with AG in the building. Troll Patrol, both conferences, tied in Super Bowls. Let's go NFC for that tiebreaker. Brady, we beat you in Super Bowl 52. I thought it was a bitch move not to shake Slick Nick's hand, but that was then, and this is now. I feel you. They say Chiefs are -3, so Tampa Bay is favored. I've actually seen FAKC that the Chiefs have been favored by 3.5, and most of the polls and most of the lines, unless the Vegas line, just shifted recently. But the last time that I checked, let me check right now, but I was pretty sure they had KC. Unless it changed just recently, I'm pretty sure they had KC as a 3 or 3.5 favorite. But obviously the line is going to move, from time to time. So let's take a look to see what it says. KC by 3. And it's going to move, all right? It's going to move. The underdog will prevail come Super Bowl 55. Nathan Dotson, Sopo Rizzle in the building. Crystal Spirit Wolf, congrats, thank you. It feels good, you know what I mean? Like Tampa Bay has been so shitty for so long. You get rid of Jameis Winston, you implant the biggest free agent pickup in Tom Brady, and I don't think anyone expected this. I don't think anyone expected, okay, we're going to go, even though we didn't win the NFC South, right? We got lost to the Saints twice, we lost the Bears by 1, the Rams by 3, and the Chiefs by 3. So we only got beat by 10 or more twice, and that was to the Saints. Then we played Washington, right? Heineke from Meineke, beat him and Chase Young. Then we went to the Dome, Drew Brees, no problem. All right, even though we lost to them twice in the regular season. Go to Lambeau. So we're on the road. We're battle-tested. I mean, we're ready. And this team gives me that feel that I had when the 2002 Bucs, when we played the Raiders, right, in that Super Bowl 37. I'm getting kind of same feelings about this team. We got a good defense. The O-line is really coming together. We got Ryan Jensen, the best center. I feel that was left in the playoff push. He's one of the best centers in football. So with the offensive line not having injuries like Mitchell Schwartz, and obviously with Eric Fisher, that might be their bugaboo, right? That obviously, if you remember in the Raiders, they had someone go a little crazy on their offensive line, their center, right? Robbins, if you remember, and we took advantage. So I knew we were going to probably win that Super Bowl anyways, but it's really starting to feel that Tampa Bay legitimately has a shot. The Chiefs are going to have many, many opportunities for Super Bowls, all right? They're the next dynasty in sports, not just in the NFL, but they're going to get many AFC championship games, many Super Bowls before the run is over, in my opinion. Eric Bieniemy is going to be back. I think he almost doesn't want to be a head coach. He doesn't want to interview. Why? When you're on the best team, we're at the best scenario with Mahomes and Andy Reid. So they're not going anywhere. But for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for this year and next year, if we can make some magic happen, the Chiefs will get theirs. They're still going to be favored. They're the best team in football, but I think Tampa's the hottest team, and we might be the healthiest team, and that could be the difference. And no one's getting blown out. If we're talking about this game in the Super Bowl, this could be very close, between 3 and 6 points for the winner. 3 to 4. I really think it could be very, very close. Even though Tyreek went off in that first half, nobody really remembers we came back and only lost 27-24. So obviously we want to be able to make up for that loss, get a little revenge. We're at home. Tom getting the 7th ring. Obviously, the Chiefs want to go back-to-back, and there's a lot of motivation there. But I think just the fact that our team normally isn't that good, and then Tom put us in this position, I think we have a little bit more riding on us, to try to make history happen. And a lot of people aren't. I don't know really what the perception is of America out there. I think most people are still riding with the Chiefs. If the Chiefs win, no one's surprised. If Tampa wins, I think a lot of America would be surprised, but they're going to give you boy props and be happy for me, especially being a ride or die Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. Are the Bucs having a parade if they win? KC said they won't. I doubt that Tampa will either, just with COVID, which sucks, because I would love to be able to fly down there and be a part of that. A lot of people have asked me if I'm going to buy like a Super Bowl Brady jersey, or obviously I want to get a Super Bowl patch jersey, but if I was going to get one, I would want to get like Devin White or Levante David, and it doesn't look like they're going to be selling any of those players, at least, pre-Super Bowl. The ones that I've seen are like screen print jerseys, maybe with the patch, but I don't know if the patch is real or if it's a screen print patch. If I want the jersey, I want the real deal, so we're going to have to wait and see. NFC AFC Championship game. Recap, review, Super Bowl 55, Royal Rumble 2021, with your boy Ryan, representing who? The NWSF and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, at NW Sports Fanatic. So yeah, I wish there would be a parade, but I doubt it's going to happen. If they don't pressure Mahomes early, it's going to be a long night. But again, if you don't have Mitchell Schwartz on the right side and you don't have Eric Fisher on the left side, that's going to be huge. All right, right tackle, left tackle. We got plenty of guys that are getting hot at the right time. Shaq Barrett, Sack Barrett, JPP, Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea, Devin White, Levante David. I think there's a chance, man. We'll have to wait and find out, right? And I hope it's going to be a fantastic Super Bowl, and this is going to be one that we'll remember forever. But I'll tell you what, if my Bucs win, you'll probably see your boy drink a little beer, shed a little tear, be super excited. And like I said, if we can keep a good chunk of the roster, I know Godwin might be on the way out, but if we can find a way for him to come back, it's almost impossible to run it back. But if any team could, it would be like the Chiefs winning this year and running it back, going back to back, or possibly the Bucs winning this year. And if we can get back next year, you never know. The NFL is a crazy thing, so it is what it is. I'll be wearing that dark red and black drip till the Super Bowl. Let's go. Troll Patrol, baby. Let's go, baby. The Bucs gave their frontline worker tickets, so the Bucs should have home field. We're at home. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of corporate guys that are out there, but playing in our own stadium, definitely is going to be amazing, at least for me as a Bucs fan. Let's see here. Hefe says, I agree, Bucs win. Congrats. We'll see, man. I mean, like I said, the Chiefs and the Bucs. I mean, what could you ask for? Marcos Pineda, what up, room? Seahawks. He said, go Seahawks. Bucs Super Bowl champs. Let's go. Let's go, baby. One of the officials officiating the Super Bowl as a kid named Brady. Let's go. Hard game to figure out. But the main thing that pops out to me, all right, the defense player for player, I feel, is better on my end. We're hotter. You guys got Tyrann Mathieu, first bout Hall of Famer. Frank Clark, Chris Jones is great. But what about the other 8? You got a little bit of injuries in the secondary at corner, right? Your offensive line is banged up. But with that even being said, you guys are so great with Bieniemy and Reed and Kelsey and Tyreek and Mahomes and Matthew. You can still win, right? So we're going to have to play the perfect game, right? Not necessarily the Chiefs. You'll still be able to win the game even if you guys don't play perfect. We're going to have to take risks. We're going to have to get turnovers, sack lunches. I mean, we're really going to be the true underdog. But I can't wait, man. I just hope we play with pride. I hope it's not a blowout on either end. And we have a great game. So KC's not the Packers and won't call dumb shit. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Of course, obviously, with the Chiefs, you got the best play caller in Eric Bieniemy, and that's facts. He said Drew McIntyre is going to kick the shit out. Goldberg, of course. Come on, AG. Nobody wants to watch fucking Goldberg out there. He's old as shit. That's like having Sting main event in AEW for the world title. No one wants to see that. 50, 60 years old. If it was Goldberg and Sting back when I was watching WCW in like the mid to late 90s, early 2000s, that's one thing. But this is like 20 years past that point, way past their prime. There's no point of Goldberg even wrestling anymore. Maybe being like a manager. It's ridiculous. So Mahomes going to throw some picks he did last year against the Niners, but Brady and the offense will take advantage. Yeah, no blowouts, baby. No blowouts. Said Falcons and Patriots Super Bowl so I can laugh at the Falcons. A lot of people are moving around. Deshaun Watson, is going to be going to a new home. We're going to have to kind of wait and see where it goes. It's only $170,000 for the pair. All right, get a loan out, Marco, so we can go to fucking Tampa and we can get in there, baby. Right? Buy Dogecoin. Thank me later. I know. I've been hearing people talking about that. There's been a lot of crazy shit going on the internet lately. So you got to be careful with your money, though. Hefe said must miss. Understood. Now Jameis Winston could start for the Saints if Breeze does retire, yeah, but I mean, obviously they're not going to stick with Jameis if all these other guys are going to be available on the market. There's going to be about 15 quarterbacks available on the market, so it'll be very, very interesting. Did you watch the UFC fight? Yes, I did. Not surprised with Conor one bit. He's a little bit older, doesn't have the same crew that he trained with before, so no surprise there. Chiefs have injuries in the front line. Patty M going to be lunch lady giving out sack lunches. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, we already know Goldberg is some trash. Cry if they win, of course. I mean, I might have to shed a little tear there. I've seen the sewn patches of the Chiefs on some of the jerseys there. I've seen that, but I haven't seen anything on the Bucs side just yet. If the Chiefs lose, people are going to try to say Mahomes is not legit and hate. I really don't want to hear that bullshit. Yeah, Mahomes is the best QB. Like I said, it's just if the Bucs win, it's going to be a team game. Everyone's going to have to find a way, to get it done, right? But Mahomes is the real deal, all right? He's the best quarterback, and if he loses this Super Bowl, it's not a big deal. They're still going to end up winning, in my opinion, 3, 4, and possibly more than that by the time his career is over. It wouldn't shock me if he gets close to Brady, by the time his career is over. I really think the Chiefs is going to be that next dynasty in sports, even if they lose to my Bucs and Brady in this particular Super Bowl. Because think about it. In the AFC, who's going to beat them in the next few years? I mean, the Bills, the Ravens, the Steelers, they're not on the same level. So, I mean, as long as they keep a good chunk of their core and they don't have injuries, the only team that's going to beat the Chiefs in the AFC is the Chiefs with injuries. They're going to be the favored team to go almost every single year to the AFC Championship game, and they should be the favored team to go to the Super Bowl in the AFC every single year. On the NFC side, it's going to be a little bit, it's a little bit more of a mixed bag. One team, it could be the Green Bay Packers, then it could be the Panthers, and then the Buccaneers and the Seahawks. And there's a little bit more competitive nature in the NFC, a little bit more parity there, all right? But I don't know. If you want to hate on Kansas City and Mahomes, I mean, it's ridiculous. We already know how great they are. And if you don't think he's that good, put him on your favorite team and imagine what kind of record you would have. especially if you already got a defense and a running game like the Saints and some of these other teams that are out there. The Niners, it's unreal. Your team would end up being undefeated or going 15-1 almost every single year, and that's big facts. Let's see here. Let me keep scrolling down. Smoke myself retarded in celebration. I hope so. Well, Godwin, he's going to be, his contract's up, so he's going to be, due for a big payday. So he doesn't want out, you know what I mean? Of course, I think he wants to stay, especially if they win a Super Bowl, but we might not be able to afford him. He's going to be one of the top-paid wide receivers. So, I mean, if he ends up getting some ridiculous, $100 million deal, we might not be able to afford him. So it all depends if he's willing to take less money or not. Emma in the building. Slavinsky, congrats on your Bucs getting to the bowl. How did my Saints win 4 straight division titles and not to go to a single Super Bowl? Pain. Facts. Obviously great regular season team and just, a little bit of bad luck, a little bit of referee, making questionable calls in that Rams game. Obviously, maybe taking the Vikings for granted, in the Minneapolis Miracle and then in the game last year. Like I said, NFL is tough. You know what I mean? There is no guarantees in the NFL unless you're like the Patriots and the Chiefs. Definitely tough. I feel you. There's going to be next year. You're probably not going to have Breeze. You're probably not going to have Jameis as your starting quarterback. It all depends on if you guys can land someone like a Matthew Stafford, a Deshaun Watson kind of player. Watson's not going to the Saints, right? But Stafford and some of these other guys that are going to be floating around, definitely you're going to have to take a look. Or trading up for one of these future QBs that's going to be in the draft as well. So we have a chance to watch history in the making. This shit may never happen again. Home field Super Bowl featuring the GOAT and the AFC. And we're talking about the GOAT right now and the future GOAT. I mean, this is going to be one for the ages. I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy this Super Bowl. Even if you're not a Bucs fan or a Chiefs fan. I mean, Mahomes, Brady. I mean, the Bucs are a lot more likable than the New England Patriots. I think we can all agree to that. So it is what it is. Michael Bennett says, I'm a depressed Bills fan. I kept trying to tell some of the Bills Mafia, you got to crawl before you walk. And sometimes it's like little brother playing big brother. You just weren't good enough, especially when you're going against the Chiefs. But guess what? Most teams aren't good enough when they go against the Chiefs. I mean, they're the best fucking team, right? The Bills had a good season, right? The Packers had a good season, but it shows you if your O-line has issues, you don't have a steady running back. Zach Moss and Devin Singletary are not it, bro. And we know that. I kept telling, all the Bills Mafia, you guys got to have a stud running back like a Nick Chubb kind of guy. And even with a Nick Chubb on the Bills, there's no guarantee you beat the Chiefs. With the defense they have, very underrated. They have great coaching, the best play caller, the best tight end, the best quarterback. So, I mean, it's pretty much a Chiefs Super Bowl to lose every single year. You just got to have a team. And if you look at my team, you got Brady, right? You got Leonard Fournette. You got Rojo, Mike Evans, Godwin, Gronk, Cameron Brate, AB, right? And then Devin White and Levante David, JPP. I mean, you literally have to have a team of superstars, just to hang around with the Chiefs. And hopefully the coaching is somewhat good as well. Todd Bowles is my DC, Byron Leftwich my OC, and then Bruce Arians. So, it is what it is. NFC AFC Championship game. Recap, review, a little Super Bowl 55 preview, Royal Rumble 2021 this Sunday. So like I said, I think pretty sure that I'm going to end up ordering it here in a couple days. And that way that as long as the internet connection is going to be fast enough for me to be able to do it, hop in, join your boy. I mean, it'll be fun. It's going to be on for about, 3, 4, 5 hours. Nothing else going to be going on this Sunday. And then the following Sunday, we have Super Bowl Sunday. And I can't wait, man. I'm just like every day, I'm just waiting that anticipation. And I'll tell you what, if the Bucs lose, you're not going to hear me bitch. You're not going to hear me cry. You're not going to hear me make excuses or say that they cheated or Roger Goodell or any of this bullshit that's out there on the internet with people just being fucking, just unrealistic with shit. You know what I mean? The bottom line, if we win, right, we're going to win it legit, all right, fair and square. We're going to find a way to win. If we lose, it is what it is. And then we try to get back there next year, which we do have, I think, a legitimate shot to be able to get there again. We can get back, I feel, to the NFC Championship game. Obviously, if we lose Godwin, that's going to be a lot harder, It's going to be a lot harder to get there. But I think our team, with who we have, as long as we don't lose out on a lot of pieces, there's a chance for us to win this year and possibly run it back next year. That's best case scenario. Or if we lose this year, try to get back to the NFC Championship game again and see what happens. But there's not very many teams that I feel that are built to go to back-to-back NFC, AFC Championship games besides the Chiefs. Besides the Chiefs, there's no guarantee for the Bills, the Packers, or the Bucs, and that's big facts. So, hey, you never know. If the Chiefs end up winning, they could three-peat. We could see the beginning of the dynasty. And like I said, the Chiefs with their roster, they should win. They're the best team, but we're the hottest team, and we might be the team that is the most healthy. But it's all about executing against the Chiefs and that amazing coaching staff and their players that they have. And that's big facts. NFC AFC Championship game. Recap, review, Royal Rumble 2021, Super Bowl 55 preview with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or on GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. And any other topics you guys want to, I pretty much just did this as just kind of like a Q&A, just something to hop on, say hello. Then I miss you guys. $39.99 NWSF hoodies available for purchase. You can't purchase this bad boy. All right, this is a one of one. All right, but you can support the NWSF and your boy Ryan by copping yourself a $39.99 black, white drawstrings, new world order for life, brother, NWSF hoodie, baby. Hey, the thing is, I talk to Nola almost every day. He's just sometimes delirious. He loves his Saints. He doesn't want to give me credit where credit is due. Lots of conspiracies and a lot of bullshit, and that's fine. Everyone's going to have their opinions, on how it goes. But like I said, what I do know is that they beat me twice in the regular season, but I got the last laugh by winning the big one in the playoffs. So, and like I said, it's not over yet. You don't get prizes for winning the NFC South. You don't get gold medals for having a good season. There's only one winner. If you ain't first, you're last, right? Like Ricky Bobby and Talladega Nights. So, even if we get to this Super Bowl and we lose, we don't get nothing for it. I get a lot of pride on my end showing that we can be entertaining, we can be fun, but, we don't know. This might be Tampa's only shot for a Super Bowl. We might not get there next year. Maybe when Brady's done playing, if he stays with me for another 1, 2, 3 more years, right? There might not be a guarantee that we get to the playoffs or the NFC Championship game with injuries or contracts, just a little bit of bad luck, free agency. You never know. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that we find a way to get this dub and we can end up being Super Bowl champs, Super Bowl 55. And considering I only went to one other Super Bowl, Super Bowl 37, and that was a long time ago. That was like in my early 20s. So I'm ready. You know what I mean? And a lot of people know, Bucs Nation, there's not a lot of YouTubers out there that represent the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I've been one of those triple OGs since 1995. There's not a lot of us out there. Some bandwagon, Buccaneer fans. But, you know what I mean? No matter good, bad, or ugly, I'm always going to be there. I'm not going to hop on the wagon and hop off. And that's big facts. But anything else you guys want to touch on? Deshaun Watson, best fits, any other type of, questions you guys have on the NFL side? Obviously with Deshaun Watson, it's intriguing, where he might be able to go. I think the Indianapolis Colts would be a great spot for him. Another spot that would be great. It's like the Carolina Panthers. There's certain spots that would be great for a player like Deshaun Watson. It's just a matter of compensation and then where the guy's going to go. Matthew Stafford going to the Colts would be great also. But, we got to be able to see who's out, who's in, who's going to get drafted where. I would assume the Detroit Lions are going to try to pick a quarterback in the first round. So I'm not sure if they're going to go for boy at Ohio State or if they're going to go for boy at BYU. That's a lot riding on these QBs. I don't really trust anybody besides Trevor Lawrence at number 1 with Urban Meyer and the Jags. And that's big facts. Oh, yeah, man. Adventures with AG. You know what I mean? If you're a fan of the channel and you're a fan of me, like I said, I read all the comments. I try to acknowledge and interact with the fans. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that don't give a shit about the fans. They don't acknowledge. I try to build a relationship, with the fans. I grind. I got the full-time job, but then also I'm a full-time YouTuber. But I like to be able to build those friendships and those relationships. I don't like to leave people behind. I know a lot of times, people, they act like they care, you know what I mean? But I genuinely do appreciate the Fanatic family. You guys are the best fans on planet Earth. Love you guys, and I appreciate you guys, man. You guys always got next year with Jameis Winston. Hey, but you know what? Who knows if they're going to go with him or not? They'll probably end up going with a different QB from that point forward. So Buffalo versus KC, regardless of who wins or loses, will be the rivalry for the AFC for years. It looks that way. But you also got teams like Cleveland kind of looking like they might be on the up and up. The Steelers might be able to bounce back after they get the replacement for Ben. They got a pretty good team. The Ravens, there's going to be other teams there. Even though it looks like Buffalo will be there, but as we know, it's tough to be able to repeat and have the same teams in the AFC, NFC championship game year after year after year. Unless you have like ultimate coaching, right? Like Belichick with the Patriots, or with Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs, it's going to be tough. That's why I feel that with that dynasty, they're definitely special. There's not a lot of teams that can match up with teams like that. It's not just Tom Brady. It's not just Bill Belichick. It's not just Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. It's a team game. But I am excited to see where it goes. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills get to another AFC championship game. I wouldn't be surprised if they get to a Super Bowl. But they're going to have to improve a lot to be able to beat the Chiefs. It's like you're almost going to have to play a wounded Chiefs or have someone be injured for them to be able to advance. Because, they got to get a better running back, as you know, Michael Bennett. Right? You got to get like a Nick Chubb, stud, like a Najee Harris from like Alabama. You need a guy like that, right? You need to be able to upgrade Zach Moss and Singletary. The defense could add some depth as well. Offensive line could be a little bit better. Yeah, you got Diggs, right? But you need almost like another Diggs on the other side, you know what I mean, to relieve the pressure. You guys got other good quality role players at wide receiver and Knox at tight end. But, the way that the Chiefs are balling out, they got McCole Hardman on one side, Tyreek, Kelsey. You're going to need to match that firepower. It can't just be Josh Allen and Diggs, because you saw what happened. They can shut a guy down like that or slow him down. And then if you don't have that next man up, it's not like Josh Allen's going to run for 200, himself and be able to, keep him in the game. So, it is what it is. NFC AFC championship game representing the Northwest Sports Fanatics. NWSF Chain Gang in the building. Royal Rumble 2021. Think I'm going to be doing that live stream on Sunday. Then we're going to be doing the Super Bowl live stream the following Sunday. And I'm going to be putting out a lot of content. Like I said, it just depends if I do wrestling, like an AEW watch party, if I do some more WWE pay-per-view watch parties. But I'm going to keep it moving, and it will be fun. NFC AFC Championship game recap review 2021 Royal Rumble. Super Bowl 55 preview, predictions, and I'll do more videos, an actual appropriate prediction video with the score as we get closer and closer. But again, today was just a little hop on just to say what's up. Hopefully you guys are having a good week. We're almost till Friday. I'm excited for Royal Rumble. I will admit, I've lost a little interest in WWE since the fans aren't allowed. The storyline and the creative control has not been the greatest. All right, but anytime it's Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, any of the big ones, usually those are worth tuning into. So if you don't subscribe to the WWE Network, which I normally don't on a regular basis, I'm more of an AEW Dynamite guy, all right, but I'll probably end up getting it. So if you don't have the network, sign up. If you've never signed up before, it's free, I believe, for the first month. $9.99 if you've signed up before and got your free trial, and then you can watch Royal Rumble with your boy, and it'll be fun. So I'm excited. Appreciate that, Adventures with AG. I'm a big person that appreciates the fans. The fans mean a lot. Like I said, you don't build a channel from 0 subscribers to 20,000, without putting in the hard work, the energy, the grind, and building the relationships with the fans as well. So any other questions or anything else that you guys want to go over? Deshaun Watson or anything else that you guys want to do? Because like I said, I didn't want to make this a really long live stream. I just wanted to hop on for about 30 to 45 minutes, just say what's up. let you know that I'll probably be doing the Royal Rumble, and I'll be popping on probably on Saturday with something as well. Hey, it's okay, man. There's haters out there. You know, when the haters are out there, that's when you know you're doing something good. Not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to be, you know, down for what you're putting down. You know what I mean? But like I said, you know, as long as you grind, you have confidence in yourself, you have passion, you have energy, you have dreams, you have goals, you know, you can make shit happen. You know what I mean? You got to have the talent, you got to have the energy and the grind, but, you know, the dedication and the passion to never quit. That's the big thing. A lot of people, they don't have it. You know what I mean? They might have certain parts of it, you know, but keeping things moving, even when things get tough, a lot of people fold and they can't keep it up. So, you know, your boy's always going to be grinding, and I appreciate every single one of y'all in the building. So, NFC AFC championship game, obviously with the Buccaneers. I had a great feeling that we were going to win that game on the road. I mean, I felt that we were going to be able to play great defense. Our defense was better than the Packers. Our offensive line played better. Brady took chances downfield. Obviously, with Scotty Miller with that Hail Mary, making it 21-10, made it huge going into halftime. And they kept taking chances with those 3 picks with Brady. But we're going to win or lose, and we're going to die with the sword. Going deep, making those big plays, right? It is unbelievable, Marcos, you know what I mean? But you got to look at the roster that I had, and with Brady, it's a dream come true, you know, after being with Jameis Winston. And it shows you how good of the team that I had already at 7-9 last year. We just needed better leadership and someone that wouldn't turn the goddamn ball over, you know what I mean? And we found a way to get someone at 43 years old. And obviously, if you're not a big fan of Tom Brady, that's fine. But you got to be able to show some respect that, you know, some people think he's the GOAT. Sometimes people don't, you know, with the Spygate, Deflategate, and all that, right? But you can't deny the fact that there's no one else ever at 43 besides maybe Mahomes, if he plays that long, is going to be able to put up stats like that. 40 touchdowns, 12 picks. I mean, who does that at 43? On the road at Washington, we weren't supposed to win. We won. If Alex Smith played, we might have a better chance to lose that game. But I thought we were going to win. Playing against the Saints, tough matchup. No one picked us to win. We won that on the road, right? And then we ended up going to Green Bay. No one thought we were going to win, and we ended up getting that. And I think we're going to beat the Chiefs. I really do think we're going to be Super Bowl 55 champs, and you're going to get great play by the running game. Fournette, Rojo, Brady, Evans, Godwin, AB, you know, Cameron Brate, the whole collection, right? But the offensive line led by Ryan Jensen is going to be great. John Stewart, I appreciate you, man. We love the NWSF. NWSF loves you. Thank you, man. I mean, your boy's always grinding, you know what I mean? But it feels so good for us to be in this position, you know, because like I said, most of my seasons have ended, right, in October. Like, I'm 0-4, I'm 1-3, I'm 2-2, and I'm thinking about the draft, right? So for me to be a fan since 95 and to have a lot of downs, not a lot of highs, you know, from 95 to 02, it was great. Sapp, Brooks, Lynch, Rondé Barber, Allstott. You know, it was amazing, right? 2 NFC championship games, a loss in 99 to the Rams with Kurt Warner, got back in 02, played the Eagles, Rondé Barber with the pick 6, right? And we found a way to get there, and then we beat the Raiders in a blowout, right? But since then, 2005, right, with Chris Sims, lost to Washington. 2007 with Jeff Garcia, lost again. And then we haven't been to the playoffs since 07. So now to fast forward from 2007 to 2020, 2021 season, we finally got there. So it feels so good. You know, it feels so fucking good to be there, but it's not over yet. I want to make history with Brady, and I want to make history as the first team to win in their home stadium. You see your boy drink a lot of beer, maybe smoke a blunt, cry a little bit. I mean, I would be on cloud 9, probably just jump out the window. I mean, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do if we end up winning the Super Bowl. It's going to feel so good. And Brady isn't going to retire if we win the Super Bowl. He'll be back, and we're going to try to run it back like the Chiefs are trying to run it back this season, okay? Mitchell E. said, come on, bro, how are the Bucs going to stop the Chiefs? Number one, the Chiefs are the best team in football. Don't come at me, Mitchell E. Don't come at me like I'm some kind of fucking amateur that doesn't know the stats and the breakdown. I already know the Chiefs are the best team in football, right? We already know this. Mahomes, best quarterback. Kelsey, best tight end, right? We already know the Cheetah, the fastest wide receiver, all right, in the game. We know that. You got Andy Reid, arguably one of the best coaches of all time. Eric Bieniemy, the best OC. Tyrann Mathieu, right? one of the best safeties, first ballot Hall of Famer, Frank Clark, Chris Jones, Chris Jones, but where the advantage is, Mitchell E. If you haven't looked up on the depth chart, depending on if you're a Chiefs fan or a Mahomes fan or not, Mitchell Schwartz, right side, out, right? Eric Fisher, left side, tackle, out. If you got both of those guys out, that's where the advantage is. That's where the advantage is. So if you got JPP, Shaq Barrett, Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea, Devin White, Levante David, I'm not saying they're going to get sack lunches on Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying we're going to get pick sixes and we're going to get a lot of interceptions on him. But if that's the one part where they have a little weakness right now and they're a little banged up at corner, as you know, if you're a Chiefs fan or if you know things, there's a shot that the Bucs can win this. And it's not going to be a blowout on either end. The Bucs have to play the perfect game to win. The Chiefs don't. The Chiefs can play an average game and still win, all right? But with their offensive line banged up, there's going to be opportunities for pressures, batted down footballs, picks, tip passes, sack lunches, yum, 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 yum. And if we get enough, I like our chances. I think our defense is better, player for player. I think our offensive line is better. Obviously, it's healthier as well. That's where the advantage is. Just like I thought when we played the Packers. If you can win the battle in the trenches, all right, then you have a shot. You have a shot if that happens. If the Chiefs win and Mahomes gets to 4 to 5 rings, is he the GOAT because he beat Brady head-to-head? You got to give it time. I already think Mahomes is going to go down in history as the best quarterback ever. You already got Brady with these rings, right? So if you win against Brady, then you want back-to-back, right? And then you might be able to go back-to-back-to-back. But by the time that Mahomes retires, if they can keep Bieniemy, Reed, Kelsey, find a replacement for Kelsey in the next couple years, keep Cheetah around, McCole Hardman, Pringle, Sammy Watkins, Tyrann Mathieu, they can keep the core, right? I could see the Chiefs winning 2, 3, 4, and possibly 5, 6, 7. You got to think, if Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs and Andy Reid, if they play together for another 15 years, right? You're telling me that you don't think the Chiefs can get to 10 AFC championship games out of 15 years or more? They're probably going to be the favored team every single year in 15 years unless they get hurt to go to the AFC championship game, and they'll probably be the favored team to win. So I'm not saying they're going to end up winning 12 Super Bowls. That would be, crazy, right? But if there's any team that's going to have the dominance like the Patriots with Belichick and Brady, it's this Kansas City Chiefs team. They got everything. But if I can steal one, right, the best case scenario for me, we steal one this year, we win next year, we go back-to-back, not very likely to even win this year, let alone win next year and go back-to-back. After that, right, Brady's gone more than likely, all right? This is one of the best quarterback matchups in Super Bowl history because you're going with a guy that's trying to go for 10 Super Bowls and 7 wins, right? And then if he goes next year, 8 and 11, right? But we don't know if that's going to happen. But as of right now, 10 Super Bowls. We're probably not going to see another quarterback get to 10 Super Bowls besides Patrick Mahomes. If I had to take a bet, on any guy that could get close to that 10, it's Patrick Mahomes. But this is going to go down in history as one of the best Super Bowls I feel ever. Because, like I said, with Brady and his age, obviously being the first team to play at home, looking at the roster that I had and being such a shitty fucking team since 07, right, with Jameis Winston and everything, and then bringing in the key pieces with the coaching staff that I have. It's a team game. It's not just about Tom. But, we're going to no risk it, no biscuit, right? And I feel that the Chiefs team this year isn't as good as they were last year. They're a little bit banged up at corner. Their offensive line is banged up. Mahomes is a little bit banged up. So even that being said, they're still the favored team. They're the best team in football. They should win. They should go back-to-back. But sometimes it's not about the best team. It's about the hottest team. And I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the healthiest, hottest team. And I'm not just saying that being a biased Bucs fan. I think there's other people that will feel that way as well. I feel we do have a legitimate shot, with the running backs that we have, the offensive line that we have. We got some big nasties up front led by Ryan Jensen, who I feel is the best center in football. He's paid the highest. He's nasty. So if he can get to the second level and the third level, anything can happen. And the winner of this Super Bowl is only going to be by 3 to 6 points. I think it could be very close. If you remember when we played him earlier, Tyreek had like 200 yards, 2-3 touchdowns, backflipping in the end zone. We came back and only lost that game by 3. It was 27-24. So if you look at the Buccaneers, we only got blown out once, 38-3 to the Saints, right? We lost by, I think, 11 in week 1, and then we lost by 1 to the Bears on the road where Brady forgot that it was 4th down, lost to the Rams by 3, and we lost to KC by 3. So, yeah, I know. Scotty Miller is fast, though. I know I've seen that. Obviously, the Cheetah's the fastest player in football. We know that. But Scotty got some wheels. I mean, he can get behind almost any DB. Obviously, we saw what happened with King, but that's a big, bold statement. A lot of people want to race, the Cheetah. But as you know and I know, come on now, we know the Cheetah is the fastest out there. But I'll tell you what. The Cheetah might score a touchdown in that game. Don't be surprised if Scotty Miller don't get in the game. And he might be one of the reasons we win the Super Bowl with Scotty Miller. I mean, for a Caucasian white receiver, he ain't just one little slot guy. We're not using him like a Julian Edelman, all right? We're using him like a Deshaun Jackson. He's our deep guy. Did the same play with the Raiders right before halftime. Did it against the Packers. So we got Evans, we got Godwin, we got AB, right? And if we can get AB back healthy and we can get Antoine Winfield Jr. back in the lineup at safety too, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Everyone's going to be pulling pretty much, for the Chiefs. They're the best team. I get it. And like I said, I've been a big advocator like Paul Heyman, right? I already know Patrick Mahomes is great. I already know Andy Reid is great. I've already told people this. I mean, you can already tell. I'll be honest, I'm surprised that the Bucs got hot at the right time in December and carried this momentum. I thought it would be Green Bay or the Saints, some other team. I didn't really think. And if it was any other team but Tampa Bay, I would say Chiefs, no question. You know what I mean? But just the way that we've played with the Tom Brady factor, with the defense, being at home, there's a little bit extra flair there that if it was the Saints, Green Bay, or any other team, I don't think they have a shot against Kansas City. But with this Tampa Bay team, with the pieces that we have on offense, defense, special teams, coaching, we might be able to do it. You got to really have a dream team built like Tampa's to be able to beat a team like Kansas City. Because if you don't have a team built like Tampa's in the future, you're going to see Kansas City win 2, 3, 4. And like I said, I wouldn't be shocked, if by the time Mahomes' career is over, right, 5, 6, 7 championships, that wouldn't really surprise me one bit. And that's big facts. NFC AFC Championship game, recap, reactions, right? Royal Rumble 2021. I think I'm going to be doing a live stream for that. So if you love wrestling and you love your boy, come in there and watch your boy. We're up in the NWSF chain gang in the building. But I am excited. I mean, like I said, I've been a fan since 95. So, and I call it right down the middle. I'm not some kind of bullshitter bandwagon guy that just likes to talk about how great my team is. I mean, my team has been fucking horrible for so many years. It's almost like a dream come true when we got Brady to come. And literally, the best case scenario with Brady coming in his first year in a COVID year, not being able to practice and have OTAs, training camp like a normal year, and to get all the way to the Super Bowl is fucking unfathomable. It's unbelievable. I can't even believe that we're there. But now we're there. The reality is starting to set in, and I like our chances. If we lose, no crying, no bitching, no, type of Roger Goodell conspiracy, this or that. I'll take the L. I'm proud that we, made the playoffs and we got this far. But ultimately with Brady, if you got him, you're going to want to try to win the Super Bowl this year or next year. I mean, as a Bucs fan, that's what I have to live for, right? I mean, like I said, I'm a Bucs fan. Not a lot of happiness usually. I'm a Ducks fan. Yeah, we can win a Rose Bowl with Herbert against Wisconsin, but can we win a Natty against the SEC or Big Ten team like Ohio State or Bama? Fuck no. Blazer fan. I mean, we got Dame Dollar and CJ, but we ain't winning no fucking NBA ring, all right? And then I'm a Mariners fan for Griffey because I met him, his rookie year. They're trash. They're one of the worst teams in baseball. And then I'm a Dodger fan for my dad because my dad's been, from L.A. and he's, been a Dodger fan since the 50s. So that's the one piece of celebration that I've had in 20 years. Besides winning some Rose Bowls with my Ducks, beating Russell Wilson and obviously getting that one with Justin Herbert last year. That felt good, right? But there's a difference between Rose Bowl and a Natty, and there's a difference between winning a Super Bowl 37 that I won in 2002, 2003 against the Raiders, all right, to now. I don't really have a whole lot to cheer for, but, if you're loyal and you stick with your teams and you're not a bandwagon guy, NWSF chain gang things might be able to happen. I got the Derek Brooks sewn jersey on. I usually got the hard hats. I'm not one of these guys that just hops, when things get bad. You got to stick with your teams. So often imitated, never duplicated, baby. Russell Wilson, well, the thing is, the reason why is because he's just like Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers. If you don't got a fucking O-line and you don't got a defense, it's not going to happen. Your O-line is trash. The D-line is trash. You didn't supplement those pieces after the Legion of Boom left, and that's what happened. You fucking should have made some, changes. Instead of going for fucking guys like DK in the draft and all these other guys, you should have been, making sure that you got centers, tackles, guards, D-ends, D-tackles. Fuck all those other positions, right? But you ended up getting one of the Rams, quarterback coaches to come in, so that might be able to help. But I don't see the Seahawks winning another Super Bowl anytime soon. Maybe Aaron Rodgers. I don't really see that anytime soon. And obviously we know Drew Brees is more than likely going to the booth as well. Chiefs 2020 champs. So I can't wait for the game. It's going to be fun. We're wearing white, right? Just like when we wore in the NFC Championship game against the Packers. They're wearing red. I thought we would wear red because we're in our home stadium. Like, what the fuck, right? But you know what? That's fine. I know a lot of times when teams wear white, they lose. But I think with Tom Brady, with that luck that we had on the road, I like those whites. They're icy. They look good. All swag, no drip. If the Chiefs want to steal our red jerseys that we would have normally wore at home, that's fine. You know what I mean? We've always been the underdog. All right? So it's fine. We play in the home stadium. You steal our jersey combo. We'll wear white, right? We'll accept it. The white that normally the team that wears loses. That's fine. And we'll be the first team to win in those whites. And we'll be at home. We'll make history, and we'll make it happen. And like I said, it's going to be close. I hope the game is in the high 30s. It can go back and forth. A lot of people ask if I am from Tampa or I'm from Florida, but I'm not. I'm born and bred in the 503 here in Oregon, right? So I'm here. I'm like 15 minutes from Nike headquarters, like that Drake video. So that last like Drake music video that you've seen with Odell Beckham and Marshawn Lynch. All right? Laugh now, cry later. I live like 15 minutes from Nike headquarters in Beaverton. So I'm not in Portland where all the crazy riots and shit happened there. I'm kind of in more of a suburb type of area. But like I said, I've always been a Blazer fan, since the mid-'80s. Mariner fan, since the mid to late 80s. Ducks fan since the late 80s, early 90s. The last team that I really accepted as my own team is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the story is, as a little kid, I was a Joe Montana, Jerry Rice guy, right? I love those two players. Love the Niners, Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, Brent Jones. And then Dion came over in 94. Loved him there. That's my favorite Dion of all time. Not Atlanta Falcon Dion, not Cowboys Dion, but 94 Dion. If you go look up highlights of 94 Dion on the Niners when they won that Super Bowl, there is no one on planet Earth that has more swag, so much drip, no cap, than Dion. You look good, you feel good, you play good with the do-rag and just the jersey and the cleats. I don't think I've ever seen someone look so just ready to play, professional, but just look good out there. And you could just tell he just had so much confidence out there. I mean, I watched Dion when he was at Florida State, with all the hair and everything else. I mean, there's no one that will be better than Dion, in my opinion, ever at corner. I mean, you got Charles Woodson, Champ Bailey, and these other guys, right? Right, but those are my guys. Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Dion, right? Bo Jackson, obviously I love Bo, him playing baseball and football. And then obviously Barry Sanders, right? But being a Niner kid growing up, when that 94 team hit with Steve Young, I knew at 12 years old that they weren't going to win again. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to inherit 5 championships at 12 and then never win another one, right? I didn't want to have them not win another one and have a bunch of misery. Yeah, they got there with Kaepernick, right? But I'm a defensive guy. I'm a linebacker guy. I'm a safety guy. I'm a D-tackle guy, right? So why am I going to be a Joe Montana, Jerry Rice guy when I don't really like offense? So then in 95 when I was 13, right, I liked Florida Gators, right, with Steve Spurrier in 96. But in 95 I watched the U, right, Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks with the jersey I got on at Florida State. They drafted both in the first round in 95. John Lynch was already there, hard hitter from Stanford. So I was like, yeah. This is my type of fucking team. I can relate to these motherfucker guys. Guys that will knock you the fuck out, punch you in the mouth, fumbles, pick sixes, fumbles, decleating hits, everything, right? Then they got Rondé Barber, and then they ended up getting Simeon Rice later, Mike Allstott. So obviously Mike Allstott's my favorite on the offense, and then you got Derek Brooks is my favorite on the defense. But I love me some Sapp and Lynch and Rondé Barber, Simeon Rice. And that's the reason why, I'm a Bucs fan, because I relate to that. Just because I live in Oregon doesn't mean I relate to the Seahawks. They never really had a defense. You know what I'm saying? They don't really have a defense for me. They had like Cortez Kennedy that I respected back in the day, Steve Largent, you know what I mean? But just because I lived in Oregon, I wasn't ever going to be a Seahawk fan. I didn't really have a connection with the Chargers or the Raiders besides Bo Jackson. So it would have been the Niners, would have been my team besides, the fact that they didn't really have defensive guys except for like Bill Romanowski, when he was on cocaine and on steroids and killing people, right? But I love Dion and that 94 team, but, it is what it is. Wideouts nowadays would eat out of come on, man. No one, do prime time in his prime, cash out. Obviously, you're a youngin', all right? If prime time was in his prime right now, he would be locking down every single wide receiver. I don't think you realize how great Deion Sanders was in college, how great he was in the pros. In 94, when the Niners won, right? If they would have re-signed him in 95, that they would have won again. He went to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys won. Fuck Michael Thomas. Fucking Slant Boy would not be able to do anything on Deion Sanders. Get the fuck out of here with that, Nola. It doesn't matter. Even Jerry Rice, the best of all time, would have problems, all right? Would have problems with Deion. Deion is the best corner of all time. So if you don't really know your research, you got to look that up. I mean, you got to go back and watch the tape, and this is no joke, all right? You got Devontae Adams off the line, and a lot of these other guys, DeAndre Hopkins and Julio's. But I'm telling you, Deion, best corner, arguably one of the best defensive players, period, of all time. Yeah, you got your Lawrence Taylors, and you got these other guys that are out there. But me being, a safety guy, a corner guy, a linebacker, a D tackle guy, there's not very many out there, baby. Darryl Green, not better than Deion Sanders, another one, but Darryl Green was a legend. He was one of the greatest. I'll give him that. But, I mean, with Darryl Green and his longevity and his speed, it was amazing. But Champ Bailey and, you go Charles Woodson, a lot of people would go that route over Darryl Green. But Green was great. I'll give him that. Come on, Nola. Jose Carlos Andreas. Go Bucs, baby. Let's go. NWSF Chain Gang in the building. And obviously, even with Tyreek Hill's speed, right? He's the fastest player in the NFL. Deion, when he was playing with him and Darryl Green, those were the two fastest that were in the NFL. So, I mean, if it was prime time going against Tyreek Hill, I don't think Tyreek would be winning that matchup every time. I mean, sometimes Tyreek would win, right? But a lot of times Prime would be able to pick six it. You know what I mean? I don't think people really realize how athletic. Prime time played corner, safety, punt return, kick return, and wide receiver, all right, for the Cowboys. You're not going to see any player play all those positions now. You tell me one other guy that plays all those positions on a high elite level. I mean, it just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Tyreek started with the special teams, kick returner, punt returner, right? But could Tyreek play corner? I mean, with his speed, he would be able to keep up with everyone. But backpedaling is a completely different game besides running routes facing forward. You know what I mean? If you don't know how to backpedal, it's a whole nother game there. It's a whole nother game. Do I think Scotty Miller is faster than Tyreek Hill? No. But Scotty Miller is fast. Obviously, if I've seen the workouts and the tape, he knows how to get behind corners. He proved it against the Raiders this season. He proved it, obviously, against Green Bay. No one's faster than Tyreek, but Scotty is fast. You know what I mean? Obviously, we've seen what Tyreek's speed is. I mean, it's not even close. It's all about for views and for clicks. People want to be able to get some people to, have something to talk about. We all know that. You know how the NFL is. These guys are always looking for something to talk about. Yeah, Deion could lock up Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas ain't even number one anymore. We don't even know what he's going to be like next year. Shit, he might not even be on the Saints, okay? And he might not even be a top 3 receiver next season. You're hoping he is. You're hoping he's still on the Saints and he's going to be that same kind of guy. But you don't got Drew Brees anymore, more than likely. So who's going to throw him the rock? Jameis? All right? You're not going to probably get the same kind of rapport or the targets or the looks or the ball placement. All right? So Michael Thomas may never be that elite receiver ever again. He'll still be good. All right, but if you don't got the right quarterback, I mean, if you get like a Matthew Stafford coming in, then we could say, yeah, I can see the chemistry there, right? He's not happy there, bro. Yeah, I don't think a lot of the teammates, you can say, there's a little rumblings in that locker room, all right? But there's a reason why he got in fights with Gardner Johnson, some of those other guys. If you actually have a team, you don't fist fight your teammates, and that's a big reason why you guys lost. Paper champs during the regular season. Like I kept telling you, Nola. You said, Ryan, we're going to the bowl. We're going to the bowl. Win one for Drew. We going to the bowl. We beat you guys in the regular season. We going to the bowl. But what happened? See? It's all good, my guy. You're the second best team in the NFC South. You're the second best team in the NFC South. And the sad thing is, and this is just me being real, the sad thing is, the Saints may never get another Super Bowl for a long time, right? And that's not just me talking shit, that's just reality. Seattle with Russell Wilson, same thing. Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, same thing. It's not fair. It's not fair. I mean, if we're talking about fans, right, for me not just being argumentative with you, right, and we're going back and forth, but me being a fan of the game, I love the NFL just as much as a lot of y'all. I love every team, even the Cleveland Browns, even the Jags. How the hell does Aaron Rodgers only have one? He should have 2 or 3. Russell Wilson should have 2 or 3. Drew Brees and the Saints should have 2 or 3. And I'm a Bucs fan, all right? You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get that from other Panthers fans, Falcons fans, Bucs fans, and a lot of these people that are negative and they're haters. But if you look at the rosters and you look at the coaches and you look at the players, it just doesn't make sense, right? That some of these legends and these teams only have one. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing for my Tampa Bay Buccaneers to only have one because I'm a small market team. I'm not very good very often. I have to build for 4 or 5 years usually, right? And then get good for like 1 year, hope I get to an NFC championship game, and then if I don't, I might not get back to that point for another 10 or 20 years. But if you're a good team, you might be able to get back, on a consistent basis, right? But this year with Tom Brady, it's like everything just kind of came together. And it shows you, if you have a legend, even though you don't like him, right? He makes a difference. You know what I mean? I mean, like, the roster went 7-9 last year. It's almost essentially the same. I got Gronk. I got AB. AB got hurt. Gronk was, not in condition the first half of the season. But I'm still glad that we had him, right? But it shows you also the coaching helps. Brady helps. We hit a home run on our draft with Tristan Wirfs on the offensive line and Antoine Winfield Jr., the safety. Not many draft picks when you bring in a legend like Tom Brady where you hit on your draft picks with a starting safety and a starting guard or tackle like a Tristan Wirfs. Out of all the picks in the draft last season, Tampa Bay had 2 of the top 10. Yeah, you had Justin Jefferson and a lot of these studs that are at the very top of the list with Justin Herbert, right? But Wirfs and Antoine Winfield Jr. are up there. They're 2 of the top 10 overall in the entire draft. So that doesn't happen either. So it's exciting for me being a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan because, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of things to be happy about. A lot of misery. A lot of bad teams, Mariners, Blazers, Ducks, Buccaneers. It's a lot of sadness, So it feels good to actually be somewhat relevant, right? They probably would put Tyreek back there or McCole Hardman. It just depends if they want to, risk him getting injured back there or not. I don't think you need to put Tyreek back there. I would probably put McCole Hardman back there, because like I said, even if he fucks up, they can still go to him. And if we try to double or triple Tyreek, McCole Hardman will be an X factor. He's a guy that can make plays, and even if he fucks up, you saw against the Bills, they went right back to him. He scored a touchdown. They didn't need to, right? And then he also had that big play later on for like 30, 40, 50 yards. So, NFC AFC championship game. YouTube, Northwest Sports Fanatics, me, NWSF Chain Gang in the building. NFC AFC championship game review recap with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. We can talk Royal Rumble 2021. I think I'm going to do a live stream watch party this Sunday. Then the following Sunday, we're going to have the Super Bowl. I can't fucking wait. Win, lose, or draw, no excuses. I'm just going to enjoy the moment like I am. And if we lose, we lose. I'm going to give congratulations first thing to Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, all the Chiefs Kingdom, Odin's Child, Ryan Schrick, and all the Chiefs Kingdom that support me. And if I win, I'm going to have thousands of people reach out to me by phone, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the YouTube channel, and be just genuinely happy for me. For a bummy-ass team like Tampa Bay to just pretty much come up with a team in 6 months with no OTAs, no training camp, and then to be manufactured in a way that Nola's team has been Super Bowl worthy for 4 or 5 years, and I could just snap my fingers and 6 months be better and farther along than you guys ever were in 4 to 5 years. Now, it's not done, all right? It's not done, all right? We still need 1 game to go, but it sounds pretty fitting at home for the very first time out of any Super Bowl team, right? Tom Brady's the quarterback, 10th Super Bowl with an opportunity to win 7. I'm healthier. I got a better O-line. I got a better defense, player for player. Eric Fisher's hurt. Mitchell Schwartz is hurt. Their corners are banged up, but they still can win, right? But if I can somehow win this Super Bowl and somehow win next year, then Tom could walk off into the sunset. But if we win the Super Bowl this year, he ain't retiring. He's going to come back next year or the year after. He's going to try to keep stacking chips and stacking Super Bowls. You better believe that. Brady will keep playing. He'll play at 44, 45, maybe 46. I mean, if he can still throw, for 40 touchdowns and, 12 picks, something like that, why would he leave? Why would he leave? Keep stacking those chips. So I'm excited. It's like you got the GOAT, who's been great for the last 20 years, who's going to go down in history with Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, and then the future GOAT in Patrick Mahomes. So if we can steal one this year, that doesn't mean that the Chiefs aren't going to win 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to win a lot. I know the Chiefs are going to win many Super Bowls because the AFC, right, they can't match up to the Chiefs. They're going to be the favored team every single year for like the next 15 years. So, I mean, if they go to, 8 Super Bowls out of like 15 AFC championship games, I mean, that's like maybe on the low end. I mean, who knows how many AFC championship games we're going to get out of this Chiefs team. I mean, the only team that can beat the Chiefs is the Chiefs. So it's kind of like Golden State when they had Steph Curry and, Klay Thompson and Draymond and KD. Injuries were the reason their downfall. And then obviously KD, being the snake and just hopping from team to team. His legacy is already tainted as well. You never see Jordan doing that type of shit, hopping from team to team. But there's not a lot of loyalty now, as you know, in sports and in people. Loyalty is very slim. You don't see loyalty really anymore. People change. They go for the dollars. They're going for the money. They're going for the security. You know what I mean? They're going for the ring. People aren't loyal anymore, and that's big facts. Do you think the Buccaneers are going to be scared if they put Tyreek back there? No. You can kick it to them. Like I said, I mean, we have a whole strategy. Like I said, they're the best team, right? But we're the hottest team. We're the most battle-tested team. And we won all the games on the road. I mean, think about it. At Washington, right, even if Alex Smith played or not, still they have Chase Young and a good defense, and a lot of people thought we would lose. At the Dome versus the Saints and Drew Brees, and then at the Packers. I mean, there's not a lot of people that were really giving us a shot or didn't think that we could do it or didn't think Tom could do it. Like your boy Nola told me when we got Brady that he's got a noodle arm and he's garbage, and there's no way that I was going to be able to get to the playoffs or the Super Bowl or win the NFC South, right? Well, we didn't win the NFC South, right? But we did make the playoffs, only lost one less game, and we overachieved and got hot, right? And had great chemistry in the locker room, and then we ended up getting to the Super Bowl. So, yeah, you only wish that. The thing is, if the Saints would have won, you wouldn't have said that. You think that other fans, like the Buccaneer fans or the Packers fans, if other fans would have lost to the Saints, do you think that the Packer fan base or the Buccaneer fan base would say, it was rigged? We got cheated, right? Roger Goodell, they had it planned. No, because we're not a stupid fucking fan base. Because only stupid fan bases say shit like that, all right? No fan base says shit like that. There's only one fan base that says shit like that, and it's your fan base, all right? Not every Saint fan is like that, but Packers fans aren't like that, all right? We know how to take our L's. Bucs fans, we can take our L's. You either win or you lose, all right? But the thing is, when you lose, right? You come up with excuses. Oh, Breeze was injured. Michael Thomas was injured, right? But if you would have won, would you have brought that up? No. You'd have been, hell yeah, we beat your ass. We beat you 3 times in a row. We went into Lambeau. We won, and we beat them. We're going to the Bowl. We're going to win. No injury statements would ever come out. You wouldn't even bring them up. You only bring it up, right, when you feel threatened, right, when you know that you have nothing else to say. So you have to point fingers. Instead of taking the blame, right, you'll have to keep pointing the fingers on excuses. On excuses. But if you would have won this and you were in the bowl playing the Kansas City Chiefs, not one person for the Saints would say, oh, Drew Brees is hurt. I don't know if we can win. The league is rigged. They're gonna give it to Patrick Mahomes. Oh, Drew Brees is injured, right? No, you're not going to bring that up at all. You're not going to even bring up at all that he was injured or Michael Thomas. Be real. Be real. The thing is you think people in the room, right, would agree with you, but nobody agrees with you. Fans outside of the Saints fan base don't think like you, all right? Only Saints fans think like Saints fans, all right? And not all Saints fans are the same. Not all Saints fans are created equal. Only the ones that can't handle and take the L's, all right, for the failure of being a paper champ during the regular season and not being able to get it done, right? Some teams are made of greatness and some are not. Yeah, but do you think just because it's on the internet, is it true? Right? You post on Instagram dumb shit, right? Some dumb shit comments, right? Dumb shit stuff that no one needs to know, right? There's some stuff on Instagram that you have no reason to be posting. Personal stuff, right? Stuff about females, just dumb shit stuff, right? Instagram is a fucking joke, bro. You know what I mean? Instead of doing that dumb shit, you should be working on your craft and making music instead of commenting dumb shit on Instagram. You know what I mean? Instagram is for pictures. It's for girls, right? There's no reason a grown man, young Nola, 22 years old, should be posting comments on Instagram. No one gives a shit about that. Come on, man. Come on, man. The thing is, right, they don't think like you, right? Was it a penalty? Yes. Did they call the game that way, the same way all the way through? No. All right? But do you hear people bitching? No. Because Packers fans have class. Buccaneers fans have class. All right? Regardless if we feel that we got cheated or not, right? We don't go and scream about it over and over and over. No one wants to hear that shit. It makes you look petty, all right? It doesn't make you look like a good fan. You know what I mean? It puts a bad reputation on a fan base, even if you feel you really did get cheated, right? No one wants to hear that, right? You win some, you lose some. And you shouldn't have gotten to that position where the game was that close to begin with. Minneapolis Miracle, the game against the Rams, right? The game against with the Vikings again, and then the game against Tampa Bay. Facts. Right? It was a flag, though. I mean, that's the bottom line. It was a flag. You go back and you look at it, it's a flag. It is what it is. It's not repping about it. It makes you look like a crybaby. You think it's repping about it. Yeah, it makes the fan base look like a bunch of whiny crybabies, and no one feels apologetic or sorry for you guys when you guys keep losing year after year. A lot of the other teams on the outside looking in are like, good. You got exactly what you deserved for all that bullshit and crybaby bullshit that you've been complaining about. The cheating on all the other shit. No one wants to hear that, man. You know, that's the reality. No one has sympathy for y'all. All right? You know what I mean? No one's got sympathy. It's either you win or you lose. All right? But if you got cheated and you were winning Super Bowls, right, would you still be complaining about this shit? No. You'd be like, oh, we're winning Super Bowls, but yeah, we're getting cheated on all those flag calls and everything else. No. It's all good, man. You know what I mean? There's different levels of the NFL fandom, you know, of being a fanatic. There's different levels to it. You know what I mean? We don't go after our own players. We don't make excuses. Bucs Nation. All right? We don't do that. All right? We're mature. All right? We know how to take our L's and we come back stronger than ever. Right? But what's happened with y'all is you've gotten bitter, right? You can't take responsibility, right? And then it's gotten in your guys' head year after year after year that you're just almost waiting for the cheating to happen. You're almost waiting for the excuse before the excuse. You already got the excuse book out on how you're going to lose the game or how they're going to screw you even before the game even started. You got the list. Okay, they're going to call pass interference. Oh, they're going to be some bullshit holding call. We're going to lose this. It's Roger Goodell. You already got the list already filled out before the goddamn playoffs even started. All right? That's the problem, because you guys mentally checked out up here already. You mentally already knew that shit was creeping, all right, from the past 3 years. And then history has a way to repeat itself if you don't have a strong locker room. If you don't have a strong locker room, right, and you got a bunch of immature guys out there, sometimes you're not going to be able to have more talent than the other team. And that's facts. Odin's child in the building. What to do? How are you, man? NFC AFC Championship game recap. Royal Rumble 2021. I think I'm going to do a live stream on Sunday. Super Bowl 55 preview with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out.
5-catch, 65-yard, 2-touchdown day for one of the most valuable members of this.
Donate to your boy. Let's go, baby. Either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, at NW Sports Fanatics. How do you know Slant Boy's worth $100 million? What happens if he gets injured again and he's injury prone? Just because you have a good year and you were the top dog, that doesn't mean that you're going to be the top dog again. You know what I mean? It's a what have you done for me lately league, right? Certain guys can be up there like DeAndre Hopkins and Julio, right? The NFL gods, they're listening, man. You know what I mean? If you got good karma, right, good shit will happen, right? But if you got negative energy and negative karma, that negative energy will come back. It's like if you do good things for other people, good shit will happen to you. If you do negative shit and you're a bad person, that bad shit will catch up to you. And that's facts. But, you know, we hope Michael Thomas will be a good player, right? We hope that he'll be a stud. But if you don't got a quarterback that can throw to him, I mean, we will see. We will see. We will see. NFC AFC Championship game recap, reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or on GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. You think I'm the most biased floating head you've ever come across on YouTube? Interesting. Is that supposed to trigger me or something? As you just have nothing to do in your life and just be a hater? Because obviously we have no bias. Obviously I call it right down the middle out of all 32 teams. So everyone's got their opinion. Another one, all right? But no one works harder than your boy. You don't go from 0 subscribers to 20,000 by accident. So if I was biased, yeah, you wouldn't be at 20,000, my guy. That's facts. Yeah. I love haters, man. You know what I mean? No one's going to outwork me. No one's going to put in the time or the dedication, the film study, the research. So I love it, man. You know? A lot of people are mad, you know? But if you're not willing to put in the work, right? And the grind and have the talent, you're never going to get there. You're never going to get there. Randy Orton RKO on Bliss. Yeah, I'm interested to see that. Odin Child, you have the WWE Network. Are you going to watch Royal Rumble? I think I'm going to end up doing the live stream, bro. I think I'm going to do a watch party for the live stream. I think I'm going to end up doing that just because I think last year when I did it, I did what? I think I had like 4,000 or so. So I think I might do it. I mean, I'm not really too big on the card. I mean, Roman and Kevin Owens might be interesting. Big E's match and, you know, Riddle. I mean, there's a few matches that'll be okay. The Rumble should be good. But, you know, it is what it is. But I'll end up doing some kind of community post if we end up doing that. So. Yeah, the Rumble is great. WrestleMania typically is the top dog, but I think Rumble, a lot of people like the Rumble as their favorite pay-per-view throughout the year. SummerSlam is great too. Survivor Series is usually pretty top-notch. I mean, those were kind of the main four. Chase in the building, what to do? Chain gang in the building, baby. AEW is great. I mean, if you're not a fan of it, or if you haven't watched it, if you haven't watched it before, I recommend it. AEW Dynamite. I mean, you got some good wrestlers that have come over. I feel that their show with their announcers are a little bit better. Just the flow of the matches, I feel, are better. I mean, like I said, once we get fans back, I think AEW and WWE will be able to take off to that next level. But I mean, that's the only show I watch. I don't really watch Raw or SmackDown or NXT regularly since the fans are not there. But prior to COVID, I didn't miss a Raw, a SmackDown in like 20 years. I watched literally every week for like 20 years, and then I never really missed an NXT. But, it is what it is.
All right, well, you're going to see the same thing again here.
Kenny Omega and Young Bucks. Yeah, the thing is people on Twitter are fucking stupid, though. I mean, if you actually watch the wrestling, I seen Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks put up way better matches than anything I've seen in WWE in the last 2 or 3 years. I mean, if you actually watch some of the matches and the pay-per-views that they put on for innovative moves, double team moves, the sets that they have, I mean, the thing is, I'm an ECW, RVD, Sabu guy. I like that hardcore wrestling. Obviously the presentation with WCW and the NWO was great. WWF, had The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, DX. I get it, right? But some of the wrestling moves were kind of slow. Just punch, kick, body slam, leg drop, pin. You know what I mean? But if you go to ECW is like guys jumping through tables, off balconies, doing a bunch of inverted moves, inverted suplexes and double team moves that you've never seen before. I like that. I like that combination of ECW, WCW. I always like that more than WWF. I love WWF and love WWE, but I feel that WWE is watered down. It's very like punch, kick, body slam, running the ropes, clothesline, a bunch of unnecessary talking. It just doesn't really do it for me. But when you watch AEW, I feel it's more of a put-together show, and I feel that the wrestlers are a little bit better as well. So that's kind of how I feel. But I'm never going to stop watching wrestling. I'm always going to be watching it. I mean, the last pay-per-view I went to NXT TakeOver Portland before COVID, and I had front row seats. Amazing. I got to talk to Matt Riddle, touch the tag belts. I got to get a dap from Keith Lee and talk to him. Got to talk to Beth Phoenix and shake her hand. Got to see Adam Cole, baby, and Undisputed Era up close, Finn Balor. It was amazing, So I'm a hardcore wrestling fan, and I never, ever will quit watching. It'll always be NFL, college football, wrestling. That's always going to be on my slate, no matter what it is. And that's big facts. NFC AFC Championship Game Recap Review, a Super Bowl 55 Preview LV, Royal Rumble 2021 as well. I can't wait for that. What are you looking forward to, Odin's Child, in the card? So I went over the card earlier before you hopped in, and I was asking some of my other buddies, and they even are hardcore wrestling fans, and they don't even watch Raw or SmackDown or NXT as often as really anyone out there. I mean, I guess if you don't know any better, you going to WrestleMania? See, I was supposed to go to this pay-per-view. This Royal Rumble was supposed to be, I think, in Seattle. And me and my buddy had tickets for this, and we had to get refunded. So I would have had like front row seats for this Royal Rumble. So you got the men's Royal Rumble, right? Edge, Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Mustafa Ali, Jeff Hardy, Cesaro, Shinsuke, Sheamus, AJ Styles, Jey Uso, John Morrison, The Miz, Lashley, Daniel Bryan, Big E, Randy Orton, and 13 others. Okay, love that. Women's Royal Rumble, Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Bianca Belair, she might win. Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Peyton Royce, Shayna Baszler, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Tamina, 18 others, okay? Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens, last man standing for the Universal. That should be fire. I'm looking forward to that. I've always been a big Shield guy, all right? Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, who now is Jon Moxley, right? And Roman Reigns, even though he couldn't talk on the mic before, but he's getting better as the years are going through. Right, Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg, that's a snore. Why Goldberg? Anybody but Goldberg. That doesn't really have any appeal to me. Asuka and Charlotte Flair versus Nia Jax and Baszler should be good. Big E versus Sami Zayn should be entertaining. Zayn is very underrated, kind of like The Miz, right? They don't really get a lot of credit, but when they go out there, they usually put on a pretty good show. And then Lashley versus Riddle. And Riddle might be able to get that championship, so we'll see. We will see. We will see. But, yeah, so you went to WrestleMania 32 when they came to Dallas, yeah. And like I said, I love going to the pay-per-views. I want to go to Jacksonville and go to an AEW show. And like I said, if I have to subscribe to the network after we get past, the Super Bowl, obviously we're going to have training camp and we're going to have OTAs and the draft. And I don't really like the NBA that much. So if I can do more wrestling, watch parties and whatnot, because I can't do reaction videos or anything like that because obviously they'll block it. AEW and WWE are very stingy, with that, right? Carlito, that would be crazy. You never know. There's always going to be those surprises. You never know. You never know who might pop up out of nowhere. But I am interested in trying to maybe do some live streams where we actually watch an old pay-per-view together. So if we can, choose a day and we can go back and watch an old WrestleMania with Stone Cold and The Rock, I can drop the link, and then we can just have people meet up at, 7 o'clock when I end up doing the live stream, and then we can end up watching, the pay-per-view. If we don't watch the whole thing, but we can watch an old pay-per-view or an old Super Bowl, and then everyone just goes to YouTube, puts in the link, and then we can all, watch the same thing at the same time. I think that would be kind of cool, because like I said, there's there's limitless possibilities. I mean, we could do Super Bowls, we could do NFC, AFC, championship games, NBA Finals, World Series, wrestling, Survivor Series, Halloween Havocs, ECW, WrestleManias. We could do a lot of old stuff. I think that would be really cool if we can get some of the wrestling fans and we can link up. And we don't need a lot. I mean, we could start off with 10 people, 20 people, and then see how it grows. But to be able to watch some of those old school pay-per-views together, I think it would be pretty exciting. If we could find a link, or if we have to do it through WWE Network, we'll be able to find a way to make it happen. So, but NFC AFC Championship game reactions recap. Royal Rumble 2021, Super Bowl 55 preview with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. Yeah. Throwback Thursdays. That's a perfect thing, you know what I mean? And we can find a way, we can end up doing, I can make a poll in the morning in the community section on what, pay-per-view that we want to watch or what link on YouTube. And then as long as we're all on the same page, I can start the stream, and then we can end up just doing a watch party of some of the old school stuff together and kind of reminisce, of the Hulk Hogan era or Ultimate Warrior, Bushwhackers, Legion of Doom, some old WCW with Flair, whatever we want to do. Maybe some ECW with RVD or Sabu. I mean, like I said, I'll spend hours watching wrestling on top of just football, but I think that would be something nice that we could do as we go into the off season for football. There's so many possibilities on pay-per-views or things that we could watch, old sporting events as well. So that might be something to think of if we can go through a day and a time and we can make it happen. So that's facts. But I hope everyone's having a good night. Like I said, I only wanted to hop on for about 30 to 45 minutes. I'm already sitting almost at 2 hours now because, this is fun, just talking sports, talking wrestling. Like I said, I think I'm going to end up ordering the network so that way we can do the Royal Rumble watch party. So I'll do a community post probably on Saturday or Sunday morning. Probably on Sunday morning. Oh, death matches from Japan would be fire. Absolutely. I mean, I'm a connoisseur of wrestling too. So I've watched a lot, from Japan, overseas. So it's not just the WWE or WWF, WCW, ECW. I like to be able to kind of move around New Japan and all these other federations, but we'll be able to do that. But I hope everyone had a good night. I appreciate you guys. Nola, you still give me brain damage on a daily basis, so don't worry. You always give me brain damage. You'll always be the second place team in the NFC South. Don't worry about it, man. You know what I mean? Tampa Bay is going to win the Super Bowl, and you're going to watch me be happy. And like I said, you and Slant Boy Michael Thomas can be on the couch together, and you can root the Bucs on. All right. So I will be able to do another community post probably on Sunday morning, letting everyone know about the Rumble. And if you got the WWE Network, hop in with your boy. It should be fun. Like I said, I think it starts at like 4 or 5 o'clock. I'll have more of the details, obviously, with the network and everything there. But if you have the network, join your boy. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to end up doing that live stream for the Royal Rumble 2021. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best on planet Earth. Besides Nola, he gives me brain damage, but, I settle with it. NFC AFC Championship game, recap, review, Super Bowl 55, and Royal Rumble 2021. And we'll be doing a lot more wrestling talk as we go into the off season as well. Have a good rest of your night. Have a good rest of your weekend. And I will be back on Sunday for Royal Rumble 2021 watch party. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I got one question for you. Well, talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, the Northwest Sports Fanatics. And I'm out. Peace.